Yeah, give me 1 minute.
Get it.
That's right.
You can't hear me. Yes, I do. I just want to say, does it look straight to you? Fine. Yes, I can.
Alright, just very start out. Flick them through to me, please. Alright, I'm good to go, Ash. Yep. Welcome to Buckby Land Rover Park here, Saturday afternoon, a huge afternoon of football headed your way. Launceston City with two top of the table encounters to negotiate, first up in the Women's Super League and then following on in the NPL. We'll start off with the Super League today and the undefeated ladder leading Ulverston coming to town to storied rivals in the women's game, two traditional powerhouses of the women's game in Tasmania, and they're the two duking it out for the title. But an Ulverston victory today, and they would really be in the box seat. Hard to see them losing if Ulverston get the points today. They'd open up a 12-point gap to City in second, and with just 8 games remaining after this one, you'd have thought, given they're still yet to yield so much as 1 point, that 12 is just not going to be reined in. So a huge chance for Ulverston today to really grab one hand on the title. City, meanwhile, have to win to get back into it. Anything else, and they're still firmly in the driver's seat. So this is their big chance. No one's been able to take points off Ulverston all year. We've seen City slip up a couple of times in recent weeks in games. Perhaps you wouldn't expect them to. Clarence coming up here recently, walking away with a victory. They couldn't beat South Hobart last week. They've wobbled a bit. Ulverston have not relented one iota, and that's why they have such a tremendous advantage heading into this one. And despite the fact it's being played on City's ground, they may well be favourites. We'll have a look at the City team lineup today. Perhaps the biggest is a name that's not on that team list for Launceston City. No Beth Bygrave on that starting 11, and that is a huge blow for them to deal with. They're going to need to find a way to deal with such a strong Ulverston midfield without their real talisman in there in the engine room. But we'll go through the team. Lucienne Dewsbury in goals. Keelan Fagan going to be vital up top. She's going to need to provide the goals to challenge a very solid defence of Ulverston that have not yielded too many this season. Amy Hall is number 3. Then Brooke Hernick, a staple of the defence of this City side for a number of seasons. She'll be a key in there, as will her sister Emily Hernick in attack. A couple of new faces in there. I'm not overly familiar with Amy Hallaby. Number 6, perhaps we'll have Beth Bygrave's role in the midfield. Ruby Banner. We've seen some good work from her in wide areas occasionally this season. Oren Zazadny. Well, that's a new name and a bit of a tongue twister, to be honest. But I can't say too much about Oren, but we'll learn quickly enough. Lillian Shegog, a young attacking player with some promise. Emily Hernick is going to be crucial. Their attacking output, Charlian Malkin, and then the experienced Selena Steventon, so important at the back. And just the two on the bench today in Georgia Legg and Annika Wright-Seamer. So certainly going to be up against it today with this team without Beth Bygrave in the middle and against a very strong Ulverston opponent. So we'll see how they go. They're going to need to offer an improved performance on last week if they're going to inject any sort of life into this title race. Here are their opponents today. At the top, the competition's leading goal scorer, Jasmine Gorry, was finally held off the score sheet last week. Her team still scored 5, so it didn't matter too much, but she's been averaging 2 goals a game, and he's absolutely lethal up top. So much pace Jasmine Gorry brings to the table. City will be very familiar with that. She did play in the Super League pilot edition for Launceston City a couple of seasons back. Georgia Foote has been one of the players of the season, along with her sister Lucy Foote, the player coach, and real star power in the midfield there. Emily Nellis has solidified the back line. Tiela Ueda, she'll line up in wide areas and has goals in her game. Susan Blackwood Beattie, very defensively irresponsible. Melanie Smith has worked her way in there and is starting to become an important part of this side. Emily Sims, Elizabeth Wells, Lucy Reamer played really well last week. Reimer and Georgia Anderson will be in net today, despite the fact they're away. They've got the depth on the bench: Burma, James, Cox Haynes and Samantha Hardy, an experienced player there, rounding out the Ulverston bench. So it's a team that has still yet to taste defeat this season. They've been just chugging along. They did lose in the statewide cup. That was against Kingborough, 1-0. Watching the highlights of that one, not sure how they managed to lose that one. And really should have been a comfortable victory, but they didn't take their chances that day and they paid the price. And they'll leave themselves open to that. Some news coming in from down south in other games around the state. Hobart Zebras 4-0 up on Clarence after 25 minutes. That doesn't augur so well for the Reds, and the Zebras, they appear to be well and truly back, so that'll be big ramifications for the game following this one. In the Super League, a 1-1 draw between Hobart Zebras and Clarence, who've really had had a bit of an uptick in their form in recent weeks. But neither of those sides will be challenging for the title this year. These two teams in front of us are the ones. As we see Ellie Matthews leading them out there. She's got the job in the middle today. Miki McKnight and Sarah Den Hartog will run the lines here at a very sunny Buckby Land Rover Park. I must admit, driving up the highway, leaving Hobart this morning, it looked pretty grim, cold and wet, and I wasn't really anticipating the full sunshine out here, so a pleasant surprise and a bit of a cool breeze around, but a very good day for football for both of these teams. And so much at stake too. So we'll shake hands now and wander on through. So we'll have a look at the ladder, which will just hammer home how important this one is. And you see there's a two-horse race, and these are the two horses, Ulverston and City, 12 from 12. We saw Hobart Zebras go through all of last season undefeated. Could we see Ulverston repeat that feat? And indeed they could even go one better and have 21 wins from 21. I don't think they'll be getting that far ahead of themselves just yet, but certainly giving themselves every chance of doing that. Captains shaking hands there. Interesting little wrinkle that while Lucy Foote is the coach, it's Georgia Foote who's actually the captain of this side. Shaking hands with Selena Stevenson. As you were, they will stick to their ends. This is so often the way. So, round 13 in the Women's Super League, ring to the home straight. And we're ready to go at Buckby Land Rover Park this afternoon. A huge doubleheader coming your way, first versus second in both Women's Super League and the NPL. FFT TV and the FFT Facebook page, your home for all of it. A huge afternoon in prospect here. And a big opportunity for Ulverston to really try and nail down the title and win today, and surely a gap that will not be reeled in. So vital that the hosts get off to a good start here, and after a disappointing outing last week, they'll be looking for improvement. If not, it will be a long one against an Ulverston team with plenty of goals, and there's the chief goal scorer amongst them in Jasmine Gorry, looking to run in behind the lines early. City will be very aware of her pace. Brooke Hernick at the back is going to be very important in curtailing her influence. Long in the Emily Hernick direction. Now to play a throw in on the far side there. So the long throw is nodded back into the middle there, and then Lucy Foote sends it forward in the direction of Jasmine Gorry, cut out by Brooke Hernick, who is the real leader at the back for City. Very consistent footballer. Georgia Foote swinging the diagonal. Easy pickings there for Lucienne Dewsbury. We'll take better than that to challenge her. So Selena Stevenson, plenty of experience at the back. Really no-nonsense defender. This one onto the head of Foote, brought down by Emily Hernick. She sends in the she-gog direction, but it's smashed away. Now Ulverston on the offensive again. Sliding it through, looking to spring Lucy Reimer. She-gog forward, Reimer again. She's got Gorry in the middle. Well marshalled here though by Hawes. And the cross finds side netting only. Team searching for a little consistency early going here.
Amy, great work. It's not on, lighten back up again.
They'll take it short through Steventon. Swings it long, straight on to Lucy Foot. So good, or Georgia Foot rather, so good at breaking up the play and winning the ball back for a side. Just bosses the middle of the park. And has moved into more of a midfield role in recent weeks after starting the year at centre half. Melanie Smith slotting in alongside Emily Nellis today. Lucy Foot now takes it down in the box, trying to wriggle her way free. Shimmies one way, then the other. Now back to her sister. Georgia Foot with time and space to pick out a cross. She swings it in, well away by Steventon. Wells arriving at it. Composed touch and then strikes from range. And again, no troubles there for Lucienne Dewsbury in a stoppage. Well, Selena Steventon will get a little bit of treatment. So concern here for Selena Steventon. Very important member of this Launceston City side, one of the real leaders at the back, an experienced player. They've only got 2 on the bench, so if they're going to lose someone just 3 minutes into the match, it would be a huge blow. Some concerns there for Luigi as he goes out to check on his player. So Stevenson back to her feet now and hobbling over towards the near touchline. The worrying sign here is the captain's armband. Seems like it might have been taken off. It looks like she's going to try and soldier on. This play resumes here, so an early stoppage. And Dewsbury will get us back underway here at Buckby Land Rover Park. Top of the table clash. He swings it down the middle. And forward nicely. Leader looking to get on the end of it. Hernick was in there though. Blackwood Beatty heads it forward. Smashed away by Brooke Hernick. Only as far as Emily Nellis. Down now to Lucy Foot. Lucy Foot goes back. Now Georgia Foot. Nellis with a slightly heavy touch. Wide they go for Lucy Reimer. Get around Hawes. Now Lucy Foot. Georgia Foot. Out to Wells. Wells finds Gorry. Gorry sliding it through. Was trying to spring Blackwood Beatty. Or Tiela Weeder, sorry. Wells. Here's the throw in. It's a good one too. Lucy Reimer. Well shut down by Hernick. Jasmine Gorry. Top of the box. It's Georgia Foot attacking. Georgia Foot smashes it over the top. Just lacking the direction on that occasion. It set perfectly for her. Not quite the connection she was after. So Ulverston will take over. Jasmine Gorry at the top of the box, turns and dwells on the ball for a moment, then slides it through, broken up by the City defence though. Stevenson has recovered and she tries to clear. Successful on that occasion. Keelan Fagan scrapping away up top for City. She's done well. Gonna bring her teammates into it. A real scrap developing in the bullseye here. Eventually steered away, but repelled by Wells. And it's going to be a free kick there as Wells is brought down by Shegog.
That's it. Now push Rover on the next one. That's it.
And look at the replay there. That's a poor free kick. Find Gori Hernick breaks it up. Lucy Foot trying to insert herself. Forward to Keelan Fagan they go. She lofts it over the top for Emily Hernick. Emily Hernick, we've seen her score from this position a number of times. She's shaping to shoot, but she's put this one across the face. This play just broke open for the first time today for Launceston City. Good move from Keelan Fagan in the build-up. And the purchase on the shot just lacking. First real positive sign in attack. Trying to take it down the left was Lucy Reimer. And do so as Amy Hawes throws it down for Shegog, who flicks on. Smith to Foot. She drives it straight down the Haydill, cut out by Stevenson. Just to spread the play, but again broken up. The Ulverston defence. And Elizabeth Wells. Wells goes looking for Sims. Fagan surely fouled by Nellis, and that's the call. So Stevenson over the dead ball. Under 10 minutes played. She chips it wide, easily dealt with by Georgia Foot. Now it's Sims. And Sims chips it in the middle. A pretty good ball that. Found Smith. Back to Georgia Foot. Foot sends it wide. A chance now for Smith to cross from wide on the right. This is promising build-up in the direction of Lucy Foot. And tried to get in ahead of Dewsbury, but safe hands from the City number one. Now can they hit them quickly on the counter? This is good transition play from City, and they've slid it through. Shegog looking to get on the end of it. A good scrap. And Elizabeth Wells gets a foot in. It was good counter-attacking football from Launceston City. Play just opening up for them. Long throw. Well out in front of Hernick. Just gets into the back of Blackwood Beatty. On the ball back, and then had a shy from fairly extreme angle. No threat to Georgia Anderson. Out in front of Jasmine Gorry again. Hernick is there to negotiate the danger.
Go side, Amy, go side. Middle now. Brooke.
Lovely bit of work there from Foot. Gorry looking to cut inside. Steered away though by Malkin. Now Lillian Shegog. He just runs out of real estate here on the near touchline. Long throw in the Jasmine Gorry direction. She brings it down, but immediately loses possession. There's the reliable Emily Nellis, and Georgia Foot, it seems, has slotted back in the centre back today. A fair bit of coverage being offered in the form of Melanie Smith, alternating when Foot seems to have permission to go marauding forwards. And that's a good ball for Jasmine Gorry, just slightly overhit though. And she just snuck free of her marking momentarily. Volleyed forward by Foot. And now a chip over the top, the chip and chase. Who gets there first? Georgia Foot does. And takes it wide to Lucy Foot. And the sisters just combine before knocking out a long ball in the Jasmine Gorry direction. Stevenson with a fair head start in the foot race, but closing with her trademark speed was Gorry. Throw in an advanced area here for the Ulverston side. So Jasmine Gorry again the target. She nods this one on. Gorry to the top of the box for Foot. Tried to square it for Georgia Foot, couldn't pick her out, and she got herself in there. Coughed it up again though. Good play this, Ebony Sims. Have it to Georgia Foot, now to Lucy Foot. Lucy Foot sliding it in for Weeder. Oh, well done, Stevenson. Sliding tackle was excellent. A little deflection off the head of Gorry. He's collected by Dewsbury. Probing football there from Ulverston. Not too far away from unlocking this C defence. As Fagan doing plenty of good work as the real centre forward here. She gets absolutely clobbered for her troubles there. She looks strong. Trying to bring her fellow attackers into the game thus far, Fagan. Nursing a slightly sore head after that knock. She's fine to continue though, thankfully.
Lil, just come this way a little bit. Look for Lil.
Shegog was the target of the free kick, steered away from her though. It's quite a narrow setup they took from that set piece as two players go for the ball and Stevenson getting in the way of her own teammate there. Ulverston quickly back on it. Smith to Foot, sends it wide. This is promising for Sims. Sims crossing it, but again, straight at Dewsbury. They've not asked the difficult questions of the City goalkeeper just yet. Picking her out on a few occasions now. The final ball into the box. Ruby Banner comes across there, but Lucy Foot was on the ball. Fagan. Zealand Fagan turning and trying to spring Shegog again. That's tenaciously defended though by Wells, who's defending this flank quite nicely. Lucy Foot. Things are wide down the right. Blackwood Beattie. It's a good ball for Sims to run onto, but cross in coverage there was Hernick. Pillar in defence. Thus far for her side. Chipped into the middle there. Turning on it was Weeder. Back to Lucy Foot. Lucy Foot for Smith. Smith allowed to carry it all the way in the box, then threads it through for Jasmine Gorry. Jasmine Gorry, her shot was blocked. Well done, Stevenson. Tracked around and made the shot block. It's Ulverston on the front foot at the moment. Nicely done by Stevenson, you see on the replay. Denying the competition's leading marksman. This one swung to the top of the box. Seen away though, in the Fagan direction, but couldn't pick her out. Found only Melanie Smith. Lucy Foot. Sends it wide right for Georgia Foot. Cross to the back post, but again, roof of the net, and the end product just not there so far for either of these sides. We need to find a bit more quality in that final ball into the box if they're going to open the scoring today.
Not too far, Amy. Go in front of her. Front of her.
Oh, good foot in there from Sims was strong. Weeder. Foot. Sends it through for Rymer to run onto, but Hawes steered it away. Probably didn't need to concede the corner there though. Could have got away. And just putting it out for a throw in.
it. Stay high, Keelan. Stay high. Lucy Reamer!
Oh, Lucy Reamer in acres of space here, and she hits it and she fires it home. Might have taken a touch on the way through, but Lucy Reamer, the marking non-existent, and Ulverston opened the scoring. It was a clever, quickly taken corner. But you've got to question the defensive setup here. Just left in acres of space here was Lucy Reamer. And hits it first time. And defender getting a little touch on that one to take it past their own keeper. It'll be Reimer's goal though. Because it was very much a shot on target, and Ulverston get their reward. They've been the brighter of the two teams in the opening to this game. And now they lead it. 1-0. How will City respond? Lucy Foot. A team on a mission here today, Ulverston, and they know what's at stake. Live ladder terms, will be 12 points clear now. Here's Sims. Long ball, looking for Keelan Fagan. Smith has that well under control. Treats all the way back to Anderson. The cap today, not a bad shout in this sun. It's a beautiful day up here in Launceston. Here's Nellis. Back to Anderson, closed down by Fagan, but got good purchase on the goal kick. It sends it all the way to Jasmine Gorry. And Gorry chips it forward. A chance here for Lucy Reimer to have a second. It's Reimer with the drive. It's Reimer with the second. And Ulverston do indeed get the goal. Lucy Reimer on fire here to start this one. And credit too to Georgia Anderson with the goal kick. Got tremendous distance on it to Gorry. She flicked it in behind the lines. And they lead by 2-0. Lucy Reimer at the double. And the undefeated Ulverston side showing just why here against the second placed Launceston City, putting them in their place here. They beat them earlier in the season up in Ulverston. Perhaps just eyeing off a little repeat number here. It's been the perfect start, and having just scored one. Lucy Reimer with an even better hit for a second. Flicked on there by Foot. Volleyed up. Defended again by Wells. Hernick now looking to make something happen, sliding it in the Keelan Fagan direction. Melanie Smith stepping in and doing nicely. $5-0 at half-time between Hobart Zebras and Clarence United in the NPL. 1-1 earlier in the Super League game, so somewhat closer. It's a long throw in. Some disagreement over which way the secondary throw will go.
Amy, keep going. Know where she is. Just make sure you get behind it when it comes.
Fagan trying to take it down, well defended by Nellis. Away by Smith. Sims. Smith just getting a little off balance there. Good recovery from Blackwood Beatty to take it into touch. Fagan demanding the ball here. Couldn't link up with the throw in though. Hernick chips it forward straight to Sims. Now Sims swings it in the Steventon direction and mistraps, and here's a chance for a player on a hat-trick charging towards goal. It's a smash over the top on this occasion. Filled with confidence is Lucy Reimer. She was eyeing off a third inside of 20 minutes, or 22 minutes rather. Coming inside, she's looming as the real match winner here today.
Slide across and hill.
Wells showing strength and then chips into the channel looking for the run from Georgia Foot. Jasmine Gorry buzzing about. Georgia Foot turns, sliding and taking the player was Hernick. A penalty's been called here. Perhaps not. Yeah, it will be. I thought so. So not much reaction to it from the players. So the penalty blown. Hernick sliding in here. Yeah, I think she has missed the ball and just got a fair bit of foot there. The spot kick awarded, and Ulverston with a chance to make this 3-0 inside of 25 minutes. So the win today would almost certainly secure the title. Well, they are looking to do it at an absolute canter right now. Jasmine Gorry with the chance to make this 3-0 from the spot. Most dominant goal scorer in the state this season, and she slides that one home, and Ulverston lead 3-0. They've jumped Launceston City here, and they are sailing off into the distance halfway into the first half. They've just perhaps not shown up here, City. Ulverston turning the screws and cracking them far too easily right now. So, expecting a much tighter affair than this one. Can Launceston City respond as Jasmine Gorry just loses her footing at the most inopportune of moments? Away by Blackwood Beatty for the host, just a little stunned here. Missing a bit of experience, and obviously Bygrave just leaves an enormous hole in their midfield. And boy, has it been noticeable with their absence, the Foot sisters carving them up. And Lucy Reimer looking a major threat wide on the left every time she gets on the ball. Left-hand side's been very strong today for Ulverston. Been impressed with Wells in fullback position too, as Lucy Foot has her pocket picked.
Push on, Amy. Push them out, Rob. Amy, don't drop me behind them.
Blackwood Beatty has this one under control at the back. Into the middle for Foot. Cantering through the middle, then sliding it through for Rima. Lucy Rima, slightly heavy touch. She was offside anyway. Much to the relief of the City defence. They were stretched again.
Come up. Right up here with the linesman, girls.
Brief pause, Stevenson to get us restarted. And a team in desperate need of something to ignite them here. But a free kick in a reasonable spot. A decent ball into the box and start asking some questions of this Ulverston defence before it's too late. Already 3-0 down. Very, very tough for them. Get themselves back into the title race. Stevenson chips it in. Teasing ball, Anderson read it nicely. And distribution is one of the stronger parts of her game. She throws this one to Lucy Foot. Lucy Foot turns inside, sliding it through for Weeder. Weeder will get another bite at it. Back to Lucy Foot. Into the middle, Weeder, Wells, Shegog. Banner came through, that was blocked off nicely by Foot. Jasmine Gorry retreats back to Nellis. Nellis wide for Wells to link up with Lucy Rima. Some fancy feet there from Rima, sends it through for Wells. Wells carefully checks inside, then swings it to the back post, looking for Sims, who was rising high. Couldn't quite pick her out. A good performance this from Wells. Defensively very solid and Now we see getting forwards, cutting onto the right foot. So Dewsbury, well, the home faithful up there are a little bit stunned at the moment. They've turned it over from the back again. Sims, he makes some inroads. Well defended on this occasion though. They've been really under constant pressure this first half hour. Ulverston firmly in command. And throw in taken short. Keep looking to make some inroads down this right. Repelled away by Hernick. And it's just as if the City side is holding on at the moment. It's all a little bit flat. It's exactly what Ulverston would have dialed up here. Strike early. Really try and kill the opposition's belief. Take the home crowd out of it. They've done that. And they have really capitalised on their early dominance here. 3-0. And looking well and truly primed to move 12 points clear atop the Women's Super League table. Lucy Foot, what a difference she has made to this team. Georgia Foot slides in, gives it back to the sister. Jasmine Gorry. Gorry, Lucy Foot. Lucy Foot chucks inside, then laid it back to Gorry. Oh, rattles the crossbar. Not far away there, Jasmine Gorry from making it 4. Alicia Dewsbury is copying an absolute shelling here at the moment. Ulverston bossing this contest. Lucy Foot show good composure. Jasmine Gorry snapping back to live play here, and Gorry wins the corner.
Find someone, just don't stand behind.
Let's see if the marking improves at this corner.
Look, let him go.
Lucy Rima left all alone. Acres of space at the near post for that previous goal. So Foot swings it to the back post and volley goalward, blocked away. Well done by the City defence as they hold on. Sims. One headed away. Shelley and Malkin at the back there. Here's Lucy Foot.
Because they just put out the game, they've just given them a little bite to eat, have a drink. They just wander around because they've just played the game.
Corner opportunity. We'll have a look at Jasmine Gorry's hit. The crossbar, just trying to finesse that one into the roof, and she wasn't far away either. From goal number 2 for the day, Jasmine Gorry. Corner ball swung in, Lucy Foot's there, so too Gorry. Deflected rather awkwardly in the end. Last touch from an Ulverston player, so see who'll take the goal kick. Try and build something at the moment. They just parked back in their own 18-yard box, holding on for dear life. Here's Stevenson. Oh, charged down by Jasmine Gorry, looking a nuisance of herself. Wins it back well for a team there. So Wells goes back to Nellis. Brings it under a spell, then sends it back for Wells. And volleys it over the head of Shegog. And a handball spotted there against Lillian Shegog. So Georgia foot over this dead ball.
Leave it, you go. Leave the two there, you go. Same, Libby!
Wells in a lot of space. Instead, she's going to swing it into the mixer. Jasmine Gorry the target. Wells now at the top of the box, pounces and curls one, which is well gathered by Dewsbury. Just punts this one up towards halfway. Blackwood beating away. Going through decisively was Hernick, but it's all rather disjointed at the moment for City. There's not a lot of passing combinations being played. Sims now popping up on the left-hand side. She spins on the ball. Slides it for Gorry. Georgia foot also there, sliding in riskily with Stevenson. Foot to the top of the box. Well read by Brooke Hernick. Before Lucy Foot could pounce. Now Lucy Foot to Georgia Foot. Just takes it past one. Gliding past another, then sends it through. Looking for a run from Sims, who hadn't quite anticipated the foot pass there. Not quite on the same wavelength.
Neil, just drop a little bit that 18-yard box. Top the 18-yard box. That's it, in there somewhere. Just watch her as she goes.
So Georgia Foot to take the corner. Little chip ball to the top of the box. Wells nods on, away by Sheegog. Melanie Smith. Back there to Blackwood Beatty. Heave down the line in the direction of Hernick, who perhaps just infringed a tad on Blackwood Beatty. He will take the Ulverston free kick. Georgia Foot presenting. An option ignored. Instead sends it down the line for Rima. Ruby Banner, straight to Blackwood Beatty. And Lucy Foot. Lucy Reimer with two, swinging a dangerous ball in. Pause. It's cool under pressure. Now Nellis sets a task for Wells, who'll turn on left foot and play a little 1-2 perhaps with Foot. Foot do not to return, instead she'll swing it into the middle to her sister Georgia Foot. Georgia Foot chipping it, looking for Jasmine Gorry. Gorry turning. Good defence there from Hawes, and then Stevenson came through decisively. Oh, lovely work from Keelan Fagan on halfway. Gets the better of Nellis, and she charges off towards goal. It's Keelan Fagan. And signs of life here for City. Can she go all the way? Nellis recovered superbly. Made a lunging challenge to put it behind. It was a powerful run from Keelan Fagan. But after initially getting the better of Nellis here, well, she won the battle, but Nellis winning the war on this occasion. Recovering to make a good challenge in her own box. So a corner here for City, a chance perhaps to get themselves back into this game.
When it breaks down, it'll become a really more than likely have to come back into this 11, okay? Can do a drop for you.
They need to strike here before half time. Launceston City don't leave themselves too much work to do in the second half. Hernick on the corner. Secondary ball's a pretty good one. It was Brooke Hernick trying the acrobatic volley. Couldn't direct it goalward though. Now Lucy Reimer. It's Lucy Foot. They're trying to spring them on the counter here, and there's some pace in that front line of Ulverston. And Brooke Hernick just whacking that one straight out of play. Wells to come across and take the throw in. Here's Weeder. Trying to tee up Sims, unsuccessfully on that occasion. Surprised that we've seen Reimer and Sims swap flanks here, given Lucy Reimer already scoring 2 goals from this left wing. I thought Hasn't changed that, but cutting inside onto that left on the right-hand flank now. Here's Wells. He's looking for Foot. Banner gets in there. Oh, well done, Georgia Foot. That was clever. Works it to Lucy Foot. Lucy Foot shaping to shoot. Instead passes it off for Weeder. Sims now at the back post. Sims again with the cross. And it flashed across the face of goal. Still got their foot on the ball, although really made Lucy Foot work for that one. She was up to the task though, Lucy Foot. Now she swings in across a dangerous one, but Dewsbury with secure hands. There's a couple of Ulverston bodies were crashing the box there. Wells to Foot. To Georgia Foot. To Jasmine Gorry turning in behind. Got a little kick but kept on going, Gorry. Ticking towards half-time. Ulverston in complete command, not only in this game but in season 2018. They've been remarkably consistent. Oh, bit of Hollywood time there from Georgia Foot with the back heel. Lovely stuff. And this is building promisingly. Sims cut out by Steventon. Shegog lurks forward. Tries to work it to Hernick. Working up at the back, one back though, and it's Lucy Rymer on a hat-trick and flying through the defence once more. Jasmine Gorry has to bring it down. Lucy Foot back to Georgia Foot. Georgia Foot has one thought on her mind, which was to smack it from distance, but always drifting wide of the mark on that occasion, Georgia Foot. At the other end of the pitch, Rhea moving an attack for Lonnie City. Nick trying for the spectacular, and that's what it will take to get them back into this one at the moment. They need to find some sort of avenue to go. It's just not looking likely right now. Foot done by Shegog. Banner. Into the middle for Foot. The Foot's just running the show in the middle of the park right now. Broken up by Hernick on this occasion though. Brooke Hernick drives it long, looking for Fagan. It's been good when they've been able to actually hit her feet, give her some sort of supply, but geez, she's been feasting on scraps so far in this one. Wide ball for Lucy Roma. Lucy Roma tries to cross, shut down by Steventon. And Steventon there gets a lot more of the man than she does the ball. And a pretty easy free kick to be blown there. The foul on Lucy Roma. And into the book too. Selena Stevenson, I believe. Quite a hefty challenge indeed. Eventually, looked like it was going to be Lucy Foot, but it's going to be Georgia to deliver, and Lucy will just insert herself into the pack in the box there. Elizabeth Wells also jumping up in there, so plenty forward as this one swung in with the head of Smith. Gorry quite control it. Sims blocked by Hawes. Sims tracked the ball nicely and then tries to sneak it in on Dewsbury, who just about deals with it. Puts it behind for a corner. Reaching half a dozen today for the Ulverston side. Dewsbury steered that one past the post. Didn't leave any dangerous rebounds lurking in the box. That's a teasing corner. Blocked by the defender on the post. Because anyone scramble at home. Just sat there in the goal face for some time. Eventually cleared. Here's Lucy Foot. Inside for Smith. Fantastic again today, Smith. Weeder couldn't get around Hernick. She's done her bit at the back. Unfortunately, there's just been too much to deal with. It's a lovely sliding challenge from Georgia Foot. Stevenson says any old wear will do, just get it out of here. Coughed it up to Blackwood Beattie, to Lucy Foot. Back to Smith. Now Emily Nellis takes over and has a charge forward. Emily Nellis sliding in there, broken up by Stevenson. Can they be caught out the other way? Well, no one was there. All parked back in defence. Jasmine Gorry treads on the ball, has time to recover, then glides past one. Slides it down the line, looking for an offside. Lucy Reimer on this occasion. So around about 2 minutes left in the first half here at Buckby Land Rover Park. The hosts in a world of hurt. Trailing 3-0 to Ulverston.
Work hard, forward, in the corner.
The leaders looking to make it 13 from 13. Perhaps bang the nail in their last remaining challenger this season. Forward they go. Here's Hernick. He turns, charges off towards the goal. She's going to have to do it herself. She takes it very wide and just runs out of room in the end, and it comes to nothing. A disappointing first half from City.
Let's go, come on, face.
Anderson chips it forward for Foot. Now Smith. Blackwood Beattie. Jasmine Gorry. They sit off. Wow, these Ulverston players time and space, and now Lucy Foot pounces on her in the box. Only off the attentions of the defence for now. Now she turns. Well defended to just hold up Lucy Foot, but she's kept a hold of the ball. Now retreats back to Blackwood Beattie, who's got time to pick out an option. Cleared by Ruby Banner. Ulverston striking around the box here. Well, it's it. Jasmine Gorry, lovely touch. Oh, denied by the woodwork again. Snake bitten at the moment. Jasmine Gorry, what a superb turn that was for the second time in this half. Clatters one into the post. What a wonderful turn it was from Jasmine Gorry, though. So easily been 4-0 before the break. Here's the dangerous Lucy Reimer. Lucy Reimer charging off towards the box. Crossing away, well blocked. Jasmine Gorry pounces and tries to sneak it in. Well done, Dewsbury. Jasmine Gorry buzzing about everywhere in the box at the minute, and had no right to get that ball and fashion a shot. Managed to do so. Dewsbury protecting the near post well. Here's Nellis. Pass to no one in particular. So a minute of stoppage time elapsed here. Wouldn't have thought there'd be too much more than that. We had Stevenson down and 3 goals, so I suppose you get a couple of minutes from that. So I'm Ulverston, or indeed City if they're good enough. And that will be half-time here at Buckby Land Rover Park. A dream start to the game for Ulverston. The ladder leaders absolutely flying. A brace from Lucy Reimer and a penalty converted by Jasmine Gorry, who herself was twice denied by the woodwork, has them in prime position to walk away from Buckby Park with one hand on the trophy. That was the first goal. Kiefer not done any favours by the little deflection. They just took it past her, just put the shot on target. The second one was a better finish from Reimer. Pretty decisively. It's Dewsbury at the near stick. That was 2. Then a penalty in the box. Foot brought down, presenting Jasmine Gorry with the opportunity to make it 3-0. She duly obliged, and that has the coastal side 3 goals to the good as we reach half-time here in Launceston. We're back in around about 10 minutes' time with the second half. And Launceston City with it all to do here. And the title very much looks like it's heading up the coast.
to get it by a little unit. Back on top of the camera. Hello.
Camera on the mic. Especially with different ball breaks, like Launceston's alright, but we're like, so those like we just now the week, we're not just sitting out and that night drive, it's just like, it's such a stuff. I like that. I don't like it. Yeah, well, I mean, it'd be dependent on the technology. Lovely and sunny up in the northern state. It really isn't. I was expecting the NPL game on this week, but now it's a bloody lovely day. I know. What is it now? It's 6? They've got 6 goals. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, he has quite stand says this one. Yeah. To the right hand side. Yeah. Yeah, I'll
don't know if we'll be able to do that. It's the players who have to come walking back out there, but I'll try and get it done for the next game. But yeah, I'll point that out. That actually, that wasn't from last year. Yeah, alright, cheers that. No, I just feel like I'm not watching the stream, so I'm not aware of that. Not look like that, not look like scoring. It's an absolute blowout. No worries, enjoy your blowout. Yeah. He's a very competitive individual. Very fiery customer too.
There was a couple red cards last night.
Yeah, that's right. He got wounded, didn't he? That was an absolute big move.
Andrew, your sister is progressing nicely, becoming a big boss. Yeah. Good on her, you know.
Go right to the top.
I don't know if she was
Back here for the second half of Buckby Land Rover Park. Launceston City doing an absolute massive climb.
Ulverston galloping off into the distance here with a 3-0 lead at the half. It's going to take quite the turnaround for the hosts to get anything out of this one. They head back out. We'll see what tactical tweaks they might have come up with. They're certainly going to have to change something to get back into it. Because all the play was down one end. Ulverston really bossing the contest. It's going to take something considerable for Launceston City to get back in and into the title race, in fact.
Right, boys, come on, yes.
So some slight delay here, but and the brief hold up there, I think. Okay, right, Seema coming on. So there's been a substitution for City. Figure out who that was, who's not resumed their place. So Annika Aratsima comes on in one shift they've made. As this one is coming right back at them here. Jasmine Gorry sliding it through. The offside flag had been raised. It might be Ruby Banner, I think, that's come off. I can't see her out there, so I think the number 7, Ruby Banner, has been replaced by Anakat Wright-Samer. So here's Stevenson. He just chips that one. Falls forward by Wells. In the Gorry direction, Stevenson tried to smash it away, but blasted it straight into the shins of Gorry. Inside for Lucy Foot. Lucy Foot back to Emily Nellis. On halfway. Comes into the attacking half now and plays a direct ball over the top. Looking to spring the dangerous Lucy Rama. Already scored twice in this game. She's going to throw in a reasonably good spot here. Into the box. This is building promisingly. Jasmine Gorry, the shot was blocked and the flag has been raised again. So the offside flag just denying Ulverston an early marker in this half. And they've started this half very much in the way they played the first, and he's on the front foot. And the opposition pegged back pretty deep. A real sense of urgency here. The Sydney is scores from around the grounds, 7-0 to the Hobart Zebras over Clarence. While Kingborough 4-2 up over Northern Rangers at the Den in the NPL action. Women's Super League, a 1-1 draw between Zebras and Clarence. As this one is smash forwards again. Here's Emily Nellis carrying it forward. Substitute with her first involvement there. Emily Hernick looks to be leading the line here. Charging out wide here is Sims. Sims crosses looking for Gorry, well positioned by Hernick. Right, same up, substitute. Nice bit of play there, they lofted forward, but lacking direction on the pass. Went straight to Georgia Foot. He just slaloms away through the middle and sends it down the line for Sims. Crossing from the right-hand side. No real depth on the cross. Went straight into the defender. She'll get a second bite at it. Slides it into Georgia Foot. Georgia Foot to Lucy Foot. Retreats back to Smith. Smith to Jasmine Gorry. Gorry has time to turn and face the goals and skips past one. Eventually it's worked there for Weeder, and she set a fairly ambitious task there for Reimer. Nothing coming of that attack.
Between the two, Jazz. Step up, Tyler.
So, Ulverston again, it takes back over. Wells slides it forward. Sliding challenge again from Stevenson. Continuing to get stuck in. She swings this one into the middle. Again broken up by Emily Nellis though. Georgia Foot. Georgia Foot pulls out the pitching wedge and sends it beautifully into the path of Lucy Reimer. She's got time and space in the box. I think she just got caught in two minds there, whether to cross for Gorry or really pull the trigger. Instead landed somewhere in between, and blissfully for Launceston's sake, landed in the arms of Lucy and Dewsbury. Some depth on that cross. Too much on this occasion. Dewsbury gathers. Worked on well there. Right seamer looking to spring Hernick in behind, but the ever reliable Georgia Foot was on hand. And the situation firmly under control. Here's Sims. Drags it back. Mr. Blackwood Beatty.
Stay now, stay.
So a searching ball out in front of the fullback Wells to run onto, and that she does. Overlapping here. Gorry peels off short and wants to be played to her feet. That's ignored. Sends it further afield for Sims. Takes a touch and smashes a volley. Hernick made the block. Now Lucy Foot. Back to Blackwood Beatty. Lucy Foot squares it. Keelan Fagan tracking back in defence and broke that up. Trying to find their way out, but unable to do so. And Georgia Foot just glides inside and says, how about the foul, referee? He brought back for it with a shirt grab. One right seamer chipped in the Hernick direction. Heavily involved as the substitute. Blackwood Beatty's got to give chase here because Hernick's bearing down. And it stays in play too for Sims. Sims chips it over the top. Jasmine Gorry's got the speed here. She's also offside though. So nothing to come of that. So trying to spring Jasmine Gorry in behind the defence. All right, seamer. Straight to Lucy Foot, a bit of an up and under. Does well to gain control of the ball. Worked it to Jasmine Gorry. Her pass a good one to Lucy Foot. Lucy Foot slides it through for Weeder. Weeder takes the shot. That's a great save from Dewsbury. He's done really well there, the goalkeeper. Gets across, full extension, keeps out Weeder. He must have thought she'd picked out the bottom corner with this effort. That's a great piece of goalkeeping. So the corner played in by Gorry. Smith's there, so too is Reimer on a hat-trick. Top of the box, Sims to Georgia Foot. Blocked by Stevenson, then Hernick. Now Shegog. Couldn't pick out Fagan. Headed forwards by Lucy Foot, and now it's Lucy Reimer again driving into the box, going down once again with Stevenson, and won the ball this time, and then won it a second time. Puts it behind for a corner. Very risky style of defence from Selena Stevenson. She doesn't mind sliding in the penalty area. Got it wrong once, paid the price, but there's been a few occasions today where she's just whisked it away. And, really risky type of challenge in the box. So the corner swung to the near post. Took a deflection. It was off an Ulverston player though.
Stay high. Tyler, step up. Tyler up. Ebony, watch the transition this side.
So Dewsbury chips it to Fagan.
Go in, hard.
Here's Weeder. Weeder still going to the box. Weeder straight at the keeper. Under pressure from Hernick. Probably could have done a little bit better with a shot there. Weeder who's starting to threaten the goals. Jasmine Gorry with a lovely touch. Gets around one. And then gets around Hernick. She's still going. Jasmine Gorry, but no conviction on the finish. It's on the non-preferred. Just buzzing about, causing problems once again. Here's Gorry. Here's Nellis. A wild swing at the ball. Didn't make too much contact. It worked out all right though. Wells. Reimer. Crossing over the head of Gorry, falls for Lucy Foot. Hernick couldn't quite clear the area. Back to Jasmine Gorry over the bar. She leapt back a little too much on that occasion. Skies her effort. Yeah, another look. It was good build up, but nothing doing.
Front Annie.
Sims. Stevenson away from Gorry. Lucy Foot. To the top of the box. That's Smith trying to split her way through here. Lucy Foot. Very similar pattern to that which we saw in the first half. City parked back deep in their final third. Ulverston knocking the ball around, looking for an opening. And so often it's been one of the Foot sisters who found that opening. Georgia Foot rampaging down on the right-hand side here. And goes back for Blackwood Beatty. Doesn't hit it first time, instead sends it back to Georgia Foot. Georgia Foot went near post. No one made the run. Nothing doing there. It's 9-0 the score now from KG5. Zebras unleashing the hurt on Clarence right there.
Drop, reset, come on, reset! Lucy, Rover, drop! Little kick, not too hard though, Charlie. But got to get it up and high enough.
So it's going to be Malkin over the dead ball as we approach the hour mark here. City just needs something to give them some hope, some belief. So at the moment, they look like a side devoid of that. Jasmine Gorry's going to back her pace in here to take it past Hernick. It took her wide. And she tries to drive it in near post and shut down by Dewsbury. Wasn't going to let her sneak that one in.
Alright.
Me, I'm just down in Luigi.
Well, it's not because we didn't have it. Shit. Well, what are you doing? You know, just.
So this one's to the top of the box, Foot to the back post. Not able to find anyone. So Dewsbury looking for Fagan. Lost it to Smith. Smith might go all the way. Smith, Gorry. They're held up well. Goes back to Lucy Foot. Lucy Foot turning. Very patient from Ulverston. Been quite happy to go back if the avenue's been shut and wait for another opening. They chip this looking for Gorry. Just running out of patience perhaps on that occasion.
Second effort, second effort! Good, Lucy. Gotta win it, gotta win it! Right ball. Go, Annie, go, Annie. Win it, away, make the play back.
Now Georgia Foot
Stay now.
back to Blackwood Beatty. And Anderson. Anderson drives into the middle. Punted forward straight into Smith. There was Keelan Fagan. I'd love to see her on the ball a little more as Hernick was coming back from an offside position. Carrying it forward was Nellis. Sends it wide down the left. Hawes winning that foot race, and I thought she'd done really well to play that off Sims and get the throw in, but apparently not. Thought she defended that quite nicely. Ulverston will get the throw in. Wells will take. The corner, flag just leaning on it there, Gorry, as she swings this one in. We're looking for Smith. Couldn't quite pick her up. Blackwood Beattie first to the ball. Then looks up and shifts it out for Jasmine Gorry. Crossing into Lucy Foot. Took it down, but a touch allows Stevenson in. Georgia Foot skips past one and then was surely fouled. And we'll get the free kick in a position of some promise. So Foot chipping this one in dangerously. Dewsbury dropping it, but he gathers. He's able to get away. Long ball for Blackwood Beattie to repel. She does just that. Sliding in was Lucy Foot, worked it to Gorry. Gorry couldn't quite find Weeder. And now Lillian Shegog turning. Wells has not given her an inch all afternoon. The fullback's been the best games she's played this year, I'd have thought, as Weeder unable to get on the end of this one. Weeder broken up nicely there by Zardney. And the offside flag raised once again on Emily Hernick. It's a pair of subs being ready now for Ulverston. And also going to bring off the wingers. Lucy Rima, Emily Sims. Rima with 2 goals today. Fantastic display, and they're going to be replaced by Caitlin Boermer and Christy Cox-Haynes. So a double substitution pulled here by Ulverston, and with the game well in their keeping. It's a job well done for those two subbed off, and perhaps slight frustration there for Rima, given she's on a hat-trick. I don't think too many attackers like being subbed off when they're on 2 goals, but won't get a chance for a third today. Away by Hernick. Let's see him up. It's Blackwood Beattie, turns onto the right. Cleverly done, worked it to Fagan. Allaby was also in there, and then Lucy Foot worked it to Weeder. Ran to a wall, but Ulverston allowed to continue to play. Into the box. And behind for a goal kick. There's the wind just starting to pick up for the first time in proceedings here. Some fairly erratic weather earlier this morning, but lovely afternoon conditions for this one. Things turn nasty again before the second of today's legs in the big double header. Devonport and Launceston City in the MPL, another top of the table battle. And the hosts will be hoping for a slightly more positive end to their day than what has been served up so far. Ulverston really stamping their authority on this Super League season right now. barring any late swings. And it would be a very significant swing at this point. Weeder looking to set it out in front of Gorry. Stevenson was Hawes, I think, rather, clipped off the ball. And it'll be brought back for that. So, free kick going the way of City. Wells again, Curious in defence. Now Smith, Lucy Foot, Blackwood Beatty. Well, Wells wins a crucial ball, and then Georgia Foot gets to the pounce of it and sends it over the top, trying to spring James in behind, who's showing some good pace here at the substitute. And she crosses, but Dewsbury is over to collect there. So good first involvement from Lily James, charging down the right there. Three minutes to go here. A whole lot of tempo to the game. That's just fine as far as Ulverston are concerned. They've done the damage early. Just need to avoid conceding three, and they'll be right. Although at the moment they're looking at adding to it as Gorry just ghosted and drifted across the top of the box there. Phoenix battled hard up top and gets a free kick here. Stevenson quick to take it. I'm not sure. Yes, maybe the foul initiated there by the time it was low. I thought it was much closer to the halfway mark. Anyway, Stevenson onto the head of Nellis. And the substitute looking to get involved here, Cox Haynes. It's Cox Haynes trying to tee up with Gorry, and came Stevenson, slid in crucially again, and once again the offside flag had been raised. So Selena Stevenson, can they find a goal that might just cause some sort of panic or even a slight concern for Ulverston? They've not been asked too many questions at the back today. Anderson has been a virtual spectator for much of the game. It's out the creativity of Beth Bygrove in midfield. It's been an area City have really struggled in. Cox Haynes works it to Jasmine Gorry. Gorry to Weeder. Working back was Keelan Fagan. She's still pushing hard for the side. Covering plenty of territory. A long way away from where she does her best work though, Keelan Fagan. Fortunately, has just not been given the supply she needs up top. Certainly capable of being the match winner on a day. Throw in towards Gorry. Sends it back to Georgia Foot. Georgia Foot to Blackwood Beatty. Patient build up once again from Ulverston. And they've been allowed to really, because City have sat off for most of the day. They do so again here as Foot charges through, then smashes one, which Dewsbury's done ever so well to tip over the top. It's a good piece of goalkeeping from Lucian Dewsbury again. Georgia Foot scythe through them. all too easy. Sat off, and invited danger. In the end, took a good piece of keeping. So Georgia Foot will take it this time, been rotating corner duties with Jasmine Gorry a bit. Gorry this time taking up a position which suggests she might be making one of those darting little runs to the near post. Lucy Foot, volleyed goalward, didn't get much of it. Shegog turns out of trouble and clears. Here's Gorry, brings it down. Cox Haynes. Oh, missed time clearance invites a bit of danger here. Here's Smith. Been one of the best players on the park today, Melanie Smith. Well read by Nellis. Usual rock-like presence at the back. Georgia Foot. Looking to link up with Lily James there. So Amy Hawes being replaced by Georgia Legg here for Launceston City. So the right back for a right back swap by the looks of it. Nothing else shifting around. Launched long down the line. Hernick tried to flick on, just missed the ball. Backward Beatty. Safety first again, the option. Really, the early goals in this game didn't do a whole lot for the contest. Now that killed the game off to a certain extent pretty early. They were ruthless in that first 20 minutes, Ulverston. They made it count, and since then they've been in complete control, but really had to force the issue much, given their commanding position. Yeah, ticking closer to completion on the job now. And about 20 minutes away from a 12-point lead with 8 rounds to go. Should be a significant gap, needless to say. Take a collapse of staggering proportions not to win from there, as this one's swung in dangerously. Repelled away. They might get a second chance to swing it in here. Hernick does just that. It's a cross which is over the crossbar. Just a bit too much of it. Emily Hernick. Yeah, it was Emily Hernick on that occasion. Anderson watching it float over the crossbar. Oh, dodgy pass to the back. Is this going to invite Jasmine Gorry in? Jasmine Gorry charging after this. Takes it wide. Well defended there from the substitute. Forced her wide. Really well done there by Legg. Jasmine Gorry, I thought she was just going to take that one past the keeper and slot in the fourth, but frustrating afternoon for the striker. Won't be held off the score sheet for a second week in a row though, after converting from the penalty spot early in the match. Twice has been denied spectacular goals by the woodwork though. Goal kick awarded. Pretty good crowd building here at Buckby Park. Should be a very entertaining evening fixture coming up after this one. Around about 20 minutes time. Guessing we might have a slight delay to the kick-off of that one, given this one's run a little bit over. It'll be Lonnie City and Devonport in the MPL Tasmania. First versus second place there. City will no doubt be hoping for a better result in that one, but if it wants to be a similar result, they would relinquish top spot, so it's all very much going to be to play for in that one. So Stevenson again standing over a dead ball. Sting seemingly out of this one. Not a whole lot of urgency. Maybe a goal might change that. They've not looked like a side that's believed they can score 3. As Stevenson, who's on a yellow card, needs to watch out with these lunging challenges. That looks like an injury for him. Lost in the result of it. Stevenson puts the hands up. Needs to watch yourself on yellows. As we've got Ulverston player in considerable pain. It seems like, look at the replay here. Oh, and I don't for the life of me know how she's avoided a booking there. That is not a good challenge. That's a poor challenge, I'm afraid. And Elizabeth Wells, who's been absolutely outstanding today, is the one who's come off second vest and really appears to be in some pain. So you never like to see this on a day that really looked like being one of celebration for Ulverston. One of the best contributors to the game is really in pain. And the stretcher looks like it's going to be required, so devastating blow this for Elizabeth Wells, who I think has had an absolutely fantastic game, the left back. She's been rock solid in defence, hasn't let anyone in behind her all day. It's got forwards. And I'm really not sure how Stevenson stayed on the park here, to be honest. Given she was already on a yellow card. She's somehow escaped that, but concerned for the time being very much with Elizabeth Wells. So a stoppage here. I was saying a few minutes ago, I reckon there might be a slight delay to the kick-off of the MPL game. I think you can just about lock that in now. So we're going to have a fair bit of extra time after this injury to Wells, and it unfortunately doesn't look like it is a minor one. Hope it's nothing long term. It's more impact than anything, but it doesn't look good. We'll have another look at the challenge. Earl Stevenson caused it. Just come from the blind side, but just goes in with the studs, and I mean that's probably a straight red. Forget about a second yellow, but seems to have avoided both. Not a good challenge. And a rather sour note, perhaps, to end what could well be a famous day for the Ulverston Soccer Club. Looking like they're about to go 12 points clear in the inaugural State League competition for PFD Women's Super League. That's the table entering this game. It's looking like they're about to jump up to 39. Unfortunately, their joy is going to be offset somewhat by what looks a fairly nasty injury to one of their better performers on the day in Wells. So we'll see if Ulverston go to the bench, but that's the end of Elizabeth Wells' day, unfortunately. And a down moment there for the team. Looks like Ulverston are going to go with 10 players for the time being, whilst presumably, or if they use their 3 subs. Thought they'd only use 2. So they'll be down to 10. I think it's the opposition who should be down to 10, but anyway, play continues. Here's Emily Nellis looking for Weeder. And here is Stevenson, who smashes that one long.
Give it to us.
So Nick Owen just delivering the team sheets for the next game for us there. So it's still a bit of time left in this one though. We'll have a fair bit of stoppage time. This one slid through the run of the substitute James. And the offside flag had been raised yet again against Jasmine Yori, who had real trouble staying onside in this half. So Malkin standing over the ball here for City. Ulverston sitting up their line on halfway. It's swung straight onto the head of foot. Now Jasmine Gorry's charging off towards goal and just tried to chip one in there. The near post could have probably taken an extra touch or two. Bit of a let off there, but I don't think it'll be overly consequential at this point. 3-0 scoreline. I'm guessing Ulverston must have had a couple of scratchings on their interchange benches. They've stayed down to 10 players for the time being as Dewsbury comes out to get this one. So I can only assume that Samantha Hardy and I think Caitlin Boehm as the other one must not be available. Rather than playing with 10 as Hernick comes through. Is looking for her sister. Couldn't quite get there. In the duel of the sisters, you'd have to give the points to the Foots today. They've been thoroughly influential for Ulverston.
I'll get this off you.
The City coach plays ball boy there for a moment. As Blackwood Beattie take the throw, and she goes looking for Lucy Foot. Slightly high foot, trying to get away with it. Volleys that one away with some purchase. As Georgia Foot worked it to Lucy Foot, who sends it wide for James. Lily James looks up and plays it into Gorry. Gorry back to Georgia Foot. Georgia Foot tries to catch Dewsbury out. And he collects that one comfortably enough. And sends it towards Emily Hernick, brings it down, gives chase. Shegog was peeling off, but well defended by Emily Nellis. Just went stride to stride with that, took her wide. So can City find a consolation marker? They've coughed it up. Cox Haynes. Jasmine Gorry took it inside, but gave it straight to Selena Stevenson. Smith shows strength to shield the ball. Closed down there by Weeder. The game really going through the motions now at this point. All over but the shouting here. Perhaps a chance for a consolation goal or two. Steered away as far as Cox Haynes. Now Lily James with a chance. James takes it wide. Well, she cut it back here. She tried to shoot instead. And it wasn't a shot of any quality there. It remains 3-0, which is the score was very early in this one. And it's been a holding pattern ever since, really. Ulverston have really bossed the game. They've had all the running, all the chances, all the play at their end, but been unable to add further to their score. And they've not really been looking to overcommit to do so. In the game so well within their grasp as this one's sent long for Hernick, but Emily Nellis has just swept everything up at the back today. Anderson punches that one straight into the path of Keelan Fagan, who's going to try and catch her out with a shot from range, but got no elevation. Just need to try and lift it above Anderson, who gets things going quickly and swings it long. Straight down the throat of Steventon, though. Repelled as far as Lucy Foot to Georgia Foot. Gliding her way through. Just a little bit too casual on that occasion. Here's Nellis. Weeder. For a supporting run. Eventually finds Jasmine Gorry, who turns, works it to the top of the box for Smith, who leaves it for Gorry, who continue to run. Well, let's sit now for Lily James. She's got a bit of time and space here and tried to pick out the top window. Killed it over the crossbar. Keeper not expecting the shot, but unable to catch her out. Here's Lucy Foot. Charging through. Lucy Foot hasn't got a goal today. That might change right now. It's Lucy Foot. Didn't get much on the shot at all in the end. Slightly off balance as she hit it. This one's worked forward. Cox Haynes. Nellis. Not sure she intended it to go backwards, but it worked out all right to Cox Haynes, who retreats back to Anderson. Anderson, for the second time in a minute, punched it straight to a Lonnie City player. And then the offside flag is raised on a Hernick. It's out of the reach of Foot. Lily James is back, and now Foot lofts it on for the honour rushing Jasmine Gorry. Look at the wheels of Jasmine Gorry. Gets in behind Hernick. Can she put the cherry on top? She does. Jasmine Gorry grabs goal number 2 and makes it 4-0. Just a raw pace that. Burns off Hernick and finishes emphatically. She starts 3 strides behind her. By the time they reach the top of the box, she's got front position. Hernick goes to ground. And it's good night at that point. Waited to see if the keeper would advance before hammering it into the side netting to make it 4. And a deserved second goal for Jasmine Gorry, whose movement has been very, very good today in attack. She's linked up well with her fellow attackers, has made those 2 darting runs to draw the defence out. And only the crossbar prevented her adding to that first half penalty before that, as she might not be done yet. It'd be a fair bit of added time, you'd imagine, following the injury to Wells, so Perhaps an opportunity for Gorry to complete a hat-trick as James crosses into the box, and suddenly she has a sniff of that hat-trick and is very, very interested. Foot swings it to the back post over the head of her sister. Might fall for Smith. Well away in the end though. And the substitute, he's been pretty good since coming on there in leg. A couple of nice involvements. She does nicely there. Shegog back to Fagan. Fagan over the top. Hernick, I think, might have been offside. Gets away with it and slides it through. Is it going to roll to the back of the net? No, wide. Just wouldn't go. And that sums up City's day, really. Not one that will live too long in the memory, I don't think. All for Ulverston, though. About to move 12 points clear of City. The two sides. So that one agonisingly spinning away with a leg break when they needed the wrong one. Anderson to the middle of the bullseye. Stevenson. Cox Haynes did well, and here's Smith. Been so impressed with Melanie Smith's game today. Pure strength, I thought, was shown from Foot, but the judge to have fouled there. I don't think Georgia Foot's overly thrilled about, and somewhat petulantly kicks the ball away and gets a slice of cheese for her efforts. And just a little bit of frustration there on Georgia Foot's behalf. I think feels she was penalised simply for being stronger. And into the book for a little bit of time wasting. It's not really required with a 4-0 win. 4-0 lead, rather, as this one will fall Weeder's way. Goes down the line, cut out by Hernick. Weeder begins the leg. He did pretty well and worked it across to Hernick. Hernick swings it long. And as far as Nellis. Can City get their consolation goal? No, they won't get through Smith, who's been a rock, although perhaps showing signs of tiredness there as she turned it over. Jasmine Gorry continuing to work hard and sends it out in front of Lily James to chase. She's got a lot to pick out in the box, so just works it for Lucy Foot. Jasmine Gorry now arriving. Swings it to the back post for Weeder. And there is the final whistle. We'll keep this brief because we've got a short turnaround before the NPL fixture between Launceston City and Devonport. But here in the Women's Super League, it's Ulverston 4, Launceston City 0. They can almost taste the title at this point. 12 points clear on top with 8 rounds to go. I find it highly unlikely anyone's stopping them at this point, and we might well look back on this day as the day the title was sealed. The most decisive of victories for the Ulverston Soccer Club, led once again by the Foot sisters. Jasmine Gorry grabbed 2, Lucy Reimer grabbed 2 in the first half. A thumping win for Ulverston, and they are really in the driver's seat now. We'll be back shortly with the NPL, Launceston City v Devonport. Do stick around.